So good morning, everyone. So in the previous session, yesterday's session, I covered HTTP basics. What is a HTTP request? What is HTTP response? And what is request response cycle? Isn't it? I'm muting everyone. So if you want to speak something or ask something, so please unmute yourself by pressing and holding the space bar on your keyboard desk. Okay. So today we are going to see what are the different request methods and how to check the request method and other details in developer tools. Okay. And also let me cover like how does a HTTP request look like and how does a response look like. Okay. This is the structure of request and response. So we'll cover these basics today and we will start with load runner from tomorrow if these basics are completed today. All right. So there are 4 different request methods as we have seen here. There are 5 different, no, not exactly 5. There are, of course, there are around 7 to 8 request methods. Out of those, the important request methods are get, post, boot, delete, patch, etc. Okay. So let's understand what is a get request. I already explained yesterday in the previous session, like what is a get request and what does it mean, right? I explained it in the developer tool, right? Remember that?
Yes, sir.
Let's say, for example, you type gmail.com or apple.com or anything. Okay. So to see the request method, you can use this developer tool, something called developer tools for which. So go to your browser and use function F12 on your keyboard. Everyone, please do this. Launch a browser, private browser, or you can do in normal browser also, doesn't matter. I prefer to use private browser. Can you please open a private browser and use function F12 on your keyboard, everyone? Or else you can also go to 3 dots on the top right and more tools, go to more tools and use this developer tool. Select this developer tools. Right? So this window, what you are seeing is called as developer tools, isn't it? You have seen that already in the previous session, isn't it? So this is called as developer tools. Whatever I have highlighted, right? This is called as developer tools. And observe here, I am in network tab now. So if you are not in network tab, please go to network tab. Is everyone able to launch these developer tools? Yes, please respond.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
And
Yes,
you
sir.
type, suppose access any URL like Gmail or apple.com or anything, right? Now, if you see the main URL, main HTTP request, right? This is the URL that I typed in the browser, right? And you see here the request method is a get method, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And suppose, say, for example, I enter my email ID and click next, right? This is my email ID. At gmail.com is optional, by the way. Okay. @gmail.com is optional, by the way. It should be read as at, not at the rate, but it should be read as at. So pervtest.kb is my email ID and I'm clicking on next. Let me clear this. And I'm clicking on next. And you see here, what type of request method it is?
Post.
You see that the request method is
Post.
a post method, isn't it? And let's understand what is the difference between a get and a post method, right? And one more thing, I will share one sample application also with everyone today. So let me start that server. Let me clear this. Okay, let me clear this. Again, I am clicking refresh to reload the page, right? So this is the sample application that I'm going to share today. And also I'll share you like one more PPT where I have listed out what is the required software and sample applications for this performance testing training. Yeah, I'll share this PPT with everyone. So wherein I listed what are the what are the different software required for performance testing training, and what are the sample applications and other tools required. So I hope everyone installed Zoom meeting already, right? And we need to, every one of you should install. If you don't have, please install Notepad++ on your machine. And Loadrunner 2021, I will help this once we start Loadrunner, right? So I will help you to install this Loadrunner 2021. And Java 64-bit is required for JMeter actually, not required at the moment. Okay. And for JMeter, like this is the latest version of JMeter that we are using. That requires Java, right? So, and MySQL, we are going to practice some MySQL queries. So at that time you will be installing, I will help you install MySQL. And these are the sample applications that I am going to share with you and help you install that on your machine. So please join from laptops from tomorrow onwards. Please don't join from mobile. All right. And this is another sample application that I am going to install, for which you need to first install MySQL database as well as Tomcat server. This we will set up this after 10 to 15 days into the training. So at the moment, from tomorrow, like I will help you install this sample application called WebTools, which is a travel application. And this is the exact application that I have listed over there, right? So this is a sample travel application or sample ticket booking application. All right. So let me reload the page to see what I'm reloading the page, right? And let's see. This is the URL that I typed in the browser, right? I entered in the browser, localhost 1080 webtools index.html. So this is the main HTTP request. We are clear on, everyone is clear on this, right? This is the main HTTP request. And you see some more requests, right? Header.html, welcome.pl and all these, right? I'll explain about this later. Okay, first let's observe the main HTTP request that we entered in the browser. This is where you see that, right? Localhost 1080 webtools index.html. And you observe here, this is a GET request, isn't it? And let me log into the application. These are the default credentials for this application. I'll share these details also. I'll share one more Excel sheet with every one of you, wherein I have listed out what are the scripting scenarios that we are going to do in this training. I'll share this Excel sheet with you. So these are the different applications that we are going to use in training. So start with WebTools, Blaze Demo, and then Konacut. Konacut is an online app. So this is the application which we need to set up on our laptop or desktop on our machine. And Blaze Demo, Konacut, JPEG Store, these are all online applications. And these are some sample applications only, by the way. Okay. Some trainers are saying that these are real-time applications, it seems. I came to know that. So, but these are not real-time applications, guys. So if an application is available online, that doesn't mean that it is a real-time application, right? So some trainers are, saying that these are real-time applications. Since I heard from many people that his or her trainer told that JPEG Store is an online application. No, this is not a real-time application. This is just an online application. Okay. Even this is also a demo application, sample application, right? Till here. So from here to here, these are all demo applications only. From here to here, right? I have only 2 real-time applications that I will be covering in scripting, that is Amazon and Udemy. Again, these 2 are demo applications only, MiloTest and Flood.io. All right. Guys, are you with me? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So the reason why I'm telling is I heard from many students that their trainer told that these are real-time application.
Sir, I also listened that it is a real-time website only, sir. Actually, I said you that I have went for 1 week training, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, Manasa. Okay.
Yeah, second day only they installed load runner and they said that this is the real-time project. Like.
Okay, which application they started with?
Web tour only, sir.
Okay, they
Login
mentioned
also
that.
same Jojo only. Login also I remember.
Okay. Okay.
I
Yeah, I
thought that
heard
it
that.
is a
I heard
real.
from many students. I heard from many students. Like, in one of my previous batches, one student joined with me, and I started with WebTools. Because see, the reason why we start with WebTools is it's a simple application, and you can setup of this application is easy. Okay, so I started with WebTools application. So later on, see, generally when you inquire, right? So you inquire with different trainers, right? That student, his name is Srinivas. So that student was not attending from next week. Okay. And he called me actually next week saying that like I joined some other training. So I want to, so he want to join for JMeter with me. Okay. So he joined for Loadrunner with some other trainer. Then I asked him like what application is covering. He told that that other trainer is covering real-time applications. I asked what is that real-time application. So he told JPEG Store. Okay. So JPEG Store is not a real-time application. It's not a real-time project. Okay, but he was assuming that it's a, I mean, the trainer told that it's a real-time project and on which he gives training. When asked what is the application, he said GeoPatch. Okay, so as you see, actually some students are also cheating trainers. Okay, so they are also cheating. Okay, it's happening vice versa. Agree with me? So some students, even though we are asking students to not share the training material to others, some people are sharing to others. Okay, so if students are cheating trainers, they have their own ways, isn't it? Okay, let's not go into that discussion. Anyways, so out of these 7 or 8 applications that I have, so only Amazon and Udemy are real-time applications, right? And all these are demo applications. Even Advantage Online Shopping also looks like a real-time application, but that's not a real-time application. It's a demo application only. There are many instances, guys. There are many instances that I recently heard. Last week, I heard that one lady was giving training. One lady was, like admitting students saying that she will give training and placement and sharing the videos of some other trainer itself. That's another story, right? And she's doing proxy and she was helping to get placement and living on crossroads. So without giving training, proper training, she was placing them. And later it's headache of the student to survive or to manage, right? So fine. So this is also a demo application. You see here, Advantage demo. This is a demo. This looks like a real-time application, but this is not a real-time application. All right. So this is just a demo application which was developed by Micro Focus, right? The company which owns Loadrunner. Micro Focus is the company which owns Loadrunner, and this demo application was developed by Micro Focus, okay, for giving demos to their clients. Fine, then I'll share this PPT with everyone. Okay, I will also make a note here otherwise, okay, just to be more clear. So mentioning that which is real-time application, which is demo application. I think that would be helpful to you. Now, once you log into the application, observe here, let me clear this, let me clear all these entries. Okay. And let me log into the application. I'm logging into the application. And now this is the login request. Observe here, login.pl. That is the main request that is sent from browser to server, right? And you see here, the request method is a post method, isn't it? So all right. So this is a post request when you log in and by entering your credentials, right? This is a post request, right? So let's understand what is the difference between a get and a post request, right? So the first one is the first request method is get method, and the HTTP is designed to enable communication between clients and servers. right? A web browser may be a client, and an application on a computer that hosts a website may an application on a computer that hosts a website may be the server. Let me explain this statement. Okay, a web browser may be the client, right? So here Chrome is what we are using Chrome as a client to access the application, and an application on a computer that hosts a website may be the server, right? And to explain this, so I have to explain some, I will share this WebTools application with everyone today after the session, and I will also share one recorded session on how to set up that application, and also I will share this PPT also with everyone. So wherein you have all the steps required, right? Yeah. So these are the steps to install WebTools application. I'll share this application with you and this PPT also with you, so that follow this PPT and try to install. So if you face any issues, I'll help you tomorrow. All right. So I already installed this WebTools application on my machine. So coming back to this statement, right? So an application on a computer that hosts a website may be the server. So here WebTools is the server. WebTools is the server of this application. Clear, guys? Is this statement clear? An application on a computer that hosts a website may be the server. Is the statement clear? So what is the application here? WebTools is the application that is installed on my machine, set up on my machine. Okay. And that hosts a website, and this WebTools is called as a server. Is it clear or no? Yes, please respond. Let me show you. Let me show you that installation folder. This is a sample application that I'm going to share with you, and this is set up on my machine, on my lab, on my machine, right? And this is the folder, actually, that's a folder, WebTools server folder. Okay. Right. And now coming to this get method. So get method is used to request data from a specified resource. Get method is used to request data from a specified resource, and it is one of the most common HTTP methods, right? So let me explain this. What is this get method and what does that mean, right? So let me sign off from the application, clear this, and observe here, when you are sending this request, right? When you are sending request to the browser, right? You are actually asking server to get this page called index.html, which is there in WebTools folder. So this is the server name. This is the port number. You remember yesterday I explained this.
Yes, sir.
When I explained request response cycle, I explained this, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
When I explained request response cycle, right? So I explained this URL. What does a URL consist of? The first part is protocol. It can be HTTP or HTTPS and so on. The second part is server name.
Server
Nothing
name,
but server
IRC.
name, right? And port number, which is
optional.
And
resource
remember,
path.
I listed this URL here. This is the same URL that I am using now, right? And this is resource path, and this is resource path. What is resource path? Whatever is in violet color, right? That is resource path here. I gave color coding for your understanding, easy understanding, isn't it? So
Yes,
port number is nothing but this 1080, and that is optional. Some URLs have port number, some URLs doesn't have. Whatever I listed here, isn't it? So by sending this URL, right, by sending this HTTP request to the browser, we are asking server to get this page index.html on the server. Now let me show that server. Okay, let me show that WebTools server. So in here we have a folder called htdocs. Htdoc means HTML documents. In HTML documents, again there is a folder called WebTools. In that WebTools folder, you have a file called HTML file called index.html. You have a HTML file called index.html. So when you are sending this request, right, you are actually sending a GET request. We are asking server to get that index.html page for us. Is this clear why this is called as a GET request? Everyone?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
And let me clear this. And suppose when we are entering the credentials, right, and I'm clicking on login. So we are posting the credentials, right? We are posting the credentials of the application. right? Posting the username and password to the application, right? So whenever you submit a form, whenever you submit a HTML form or something, that goes as a post request. Okay, let me go back to the slides now. So get request is used. When do we use get request? We use to request data from a specified resource, right? And get request can be, so let me explain this one also. This is one of the most common HTTP methods. Note that the query string is sent in the URL of a get request. The query string is sent in the URL of a get request. Do we have any query string over here? No. Let me clear this and let me go to the next step.
Query string.
Of course, in this application, like you will not see that, you will not see the query string and all. I'll show you with some other application, okay? To show that query string and all, let me use some other application. Yeah, so see here, this is an online application that I am using, Konacut.com. Again, this is a demo application only. When I click on register, observe here, login.action may be there in this Konacut. See, this is the server name, right? This is your server name, and this is your resource path. This is your resource path. Okay. And that means this login.action page is there in a folder called Konacut. As simple as that, right? And now if you click on register an account, observe here. This is what is query string here.
After the question mark.
After the question mark, whatever we are finding.
Right. Whatever string we are sending after the question mark, this is called as a query string. Now this is a query string here, isn't it? This is resource path and this is query string. Again, I explained these terms also. In a query string, we have name
Key
and
and
value.
value page.
Key and value.
Right, key and value or name value pairs. We call that a name value pairs or key value pairs. Okay, so this is the key, this is the key name, this is the value. Clear, guys? So that's what I mentioned over here in the slides. Okay. So this note that query string is sent in the URL of a get request. Right? And I gave one example also here. So this is the resource path and this is the query string, and these are called as name value pairs. Name one, value one, and name value pairs are separated by a
And symbol, that is and.
by an ampersand symbol.
Ampersand symbol.
Right? Please note this. This is read as ampersand. Okay. If someone is taking running notes, please note this down. Okay. So this is called read as ampersand. And the symbol is read as ampersand. Right. So now let's understand. Let's know something more about get request. So get request can be cached. Means they will be stored in the browser cache. Right? They can be stored in the cache. They remain in the browser history. Right? And the get request can be bookmarked. What is meant by bookmarking? Say for example, all these are all get requests. Let me clear this again. Let me sign out. Right? And let me, so this is the main HTTP request, which is a get request, right? And this request can be bookmarked. So let me show it again. So this is a get request and you can bookmark this get request. I already bookmarked it, right? So you can, so can you please, okay, you don't have this application, right? So you cannot bookmark it now. I mean, you cannot, you will do that once you install the sample application tomorrow. You can bookmark this application. Clear? Yes. Recording. Right? So once you go downloaded that webtools file, right? So you have a zip file like this. If you extract that, you get this folder. So inside that again, you have a zip file and he extracted. So extract that folder to get this file. Extract that zip file to get this folder, right? And apart from that, you have a Perl installer, Strawberry Perl installer. So Strawberry Perl is a language like Java. Okay, extraction is done now. So let me go back to this. So once this is, once this zip file is extracted, right? First install this Strawberry Perl language. You didn't do this before, right, Chaitanya? So if you do that, like you will not, of course, you will not get that this one. So select this checkbox and click on install button to install Strawberry Pearl. So you'll get a notification saying that do you want to allow this program to make changes to the computer? Click yes over there, Chaitanya. Your screen sharing was stopped. Did you click on yes, Chaitanya? So on the taskbar, you see something blinking right on the system tray. Yes. Okay. Now we can share we can see your screen. So now Strawberry Pearl is being installed. So why should we install Strawberry Pearl is this WebTools application is developed using Strawberry Pearl language. Now, if you want to run this WebTools server, right, you need to install Strawberry Pearl on your machine. Is this clear for everyone? Guys, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Able to understand or any queries here? Yeah, click finish. Now Strawberry Pearl is installed. Now go to your WebTools folder. I'm going to WebTools folder and you have a batch file here. Observe here. You have something called Windows batch file, right? And we are not seeing the extension for this. To see the extension, go to view and select this file name extensions. Please do that. Everyone, please do that along with us. Now we are able to see this .bat, right? This extension, right? So if you are not seeing that, go to view and select this file name extensions. Select the checkbox. These three are called checkboxes, isn't it? Now put a shortcut on the desktop. By using this shortcut, right click and send to desktop, create shortcut. Now a shortcut will be placed on the desktop. Let me go to desktop. I'm closing all this. You can use Windows D to go to desktop directly. Right? You see here that shortcut is placed here now, isn't it? Now just double click that start server to start your server, WebTools server. First time you start the server, you will get this notification. Okay. So first select this private network such as home or work network and click allow, uncheck this public network and click on allow access. This is a one, you get this window the first time you are starting this WebTools server. Okay. And observe here the server name is Apache HTTP server. The server is Apache Web2. The server on which your WebTools application runs is Apache HTTP server. Clear? Now your server is started. Then now open any browser of your choice, right? Let me open an existing browser. And type this URL localhost :1080/webtools/index.html and click enter. And you should get this page, this home page of this WebTools. Now, what request is this? When I type WebTools index.html, what type of request is that?
Get
Get request. So you can see that,
Get
right?
request.
So I'm reloading the page and you can observe that over here like this, right? Go to headers and you can see it over here. The request method is a get request. Okay. So what does it mean? What does it mean is we are asking the server, WebTools server, to get this index.html page for us. That's it. As simple as that. Now let me show you that. Where is that index.html? So if you right click over here, right? See what is the advantage we keep if you keep a shortcut on the desktop is every time we need not go to that folder. Every time you want to start the server, right? You need not go to the folder. That is one advantage. The other one is you can right click and open that folder directly by using that open file location. By using that shortcut called open file location. And this window is called as context menu. Please note it down. In Windows operating system, see this window, I'm talking about this white color window where you have some options. This window is called as context menu. Why this is called as context menu is based on where you right click, the options will be displayed. Okay. Suppose if you right click on the desktop, you are seeing different options, isn't it? Suppose if you right click on this, you are seeing different options. Yes or no? Guys, I'm explaining this because most of you are from non-computers background. Okay. So if you right click on the desktop, you see different options. Whereas if you right click on any of these icons, you see different options, right? And if you click on open file location, right, it will take you to the folder where you have that web tools, right? And if you observe here, there is a folder called htdocs in that. In that you have web tools. In that you have this index.html. So what is this GET request is? We are telling the server, we are asking the server that let me clear this. Yeah, so we are asking the server to get this page for me. Which page? Index.html. Where is that? That is there in for web tools folder. That's why this is called as resource path, isn't it? Why this is called as resource path? This resource, when I say resource, I explained yesterday, when web page resources are web page components. What do you mean by web page components? Parts of the page, right? Those are the resources of the page. This is a web page, and this is one resource, that index.html is called as a resource. And that resource is there in this folder, web tools folder. That's why this is called as resource path, right? You need to understand the URL. What does this URL means? Everyone should understand that. These are basics, actually. These are computers basics, okay, which everyone need to understand. No matter whether you are a functional test engineer or automation test engineer or a developer or a performance test engineer, right? You should understand these basics. Clear, guys? Why this is called as resource path? Okay, and now this index.html page is in this folder, right? That's why you are sending a GET request to get this page. You are asking server to get that page simply. Clear, guys? Suppose if you send a request to home.html, it will return you home.html. Let me show you that. Let me clear this. Instead of index.html, what I do is I type here home.html. So this is home.html page, right? Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Suppose you can send a request to header.html also. Let me show you that quickly. So this is your header.html. Okay. So you can send a request to any of these resources. Understood, right? And suppose, in images folder, there are certain images. Okay. Let me send a request to images. In that web tools folder, you have a folder called images. Right? Okay. So observe here, it is showing that it is forbidden. You don't have permissions to access images on the server. Okay. Let me send the image name. Let me ask the image name, or let me mention the image name. So you have some names, some images here, like hp_logo.png, isn't it? So let me rename it. Let me do rename and copy that name. Right? Let me. Okay. Now I am sending a GET request to this image. Right? Right? It got that image, isn't it? See here, this is also a GET request, isn't it? In web tools, there is a folder called images. Inside that, you have this image. So you are sending a GET request to get that image for you. Clear, case? Now you understood why we use web tools application. So I can explain this because that is on your local machine. I can explain this. If it is some Amazon and Udemy, I cannot explain this, obviously, because you will not have access to the server, right? Understood or no?
Yes, sir.
All right. So is everyone able to get this page? This one. 1 second. Are anyone facing issues? Any issues?
Sir, error వస్తుంది.
Web tools index.html. So you should see this page. Everyone should see this page.
Sir?
Okay.
No,
I'm
sir.
stopping. And one more thing, right? So these GET requests can be cached, or these will be bookmarked, right? I told you, right? So in the slide deck I mentioned, right? These requests can be bookmarked. How can we bookmark that? Is click on the star icon and add it to the bookmarks bar, right? Click on done. Now you should see that bookmark over here. Let me enable the bookmarks. Go to bookmarks and use this option, show bookmarks bar. This is called as bookmarks bar. This is called as bookmarks bar. So the next time when you start, if you want to access the application, right? Suppose you close the browser. The next time when you want to access the application, right? So select something, okay, select in this profile. So you can directly type this URL. You need not type that complete URL. You can directly click on this bookmark to access the page, right? So this is what we mean by bookmarks, and this is the advantage of bookmarking an application. Clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Next time onwards, you need not type the entire URL, or you need not remember this. You can simply click on this bookmark to launch this page. But please remember, the server should be up and running. See, this WebTour server should be up and running. Observe here, read this statement, starting the WebTours Apache server, right? So that means when you double click on this batch file, right, it will start the WebTours server. Okay, and how to stop this is press Ctrl+C or close the window to exit. If you can close it in two ways. One way is you can click on this into mark, or you can use Ctrl+C. I used Ctrl+C now. I typed Ctrl+C now. So it will be stopped now. This WebTours server Apache, this WebTours Apache server will be stopped now. Can you click? I think it is not taking my click. Chaitanya, can you please click Ctrl+C on your keyboard? Ctrl+C together. Press Ctrl+C together. Yeah. Now it got it. Wait. Now it is asking for confirmation. Do you want to terminate the batch job? Click yes. Type yes. Type Y. Sorry. Type Y or yes. I think it will take yes also. Yeah. Anyways, type Y. Enter. Now the server is stopped. Right. Now if you try to access the page, you will not get that page. Suppose I am trying to access the page. Start, because now the server is stopped, right? You will not get that. You will get this message. Okay. The reason why I'm showing this is I see a lot of people, pinging like I'm not able to access the application. After the session, I will see that. That's why I'm explaining this case. Right? Because we stopped the server, so you are seeing this message. This site can't be reached. Yeah. If you want to see the page again, if you want to access the application again, simply start that WebTours server, minimize this, minimize that. And again, if you refresh, you'll be able to see the page and you will be able to log in and you can use this application. Clear, guys? Everyone, are we good here? And also bookmark this URL. Okay. You should see this blue color, that star mark in blue color. Initially, it will be in there will not be any color fill. Once you bookmark it, you will see that in blue color. Okay. Clear, guys? I'll stop it here for today.
Once I'll share my screen once.
Yeah. If you are facing any issue, we will sort out those. I'm stopping your screen share, Chaitanya. Yeah. So if you are facing any issues in setting up that application, we will resolve that and we'll stop for today. Yes, please.
Strawberry file install అయింది కానీ
it's like not
install
opening,
అవ్వలేదు.
sir.
Okay. First, let's see Manasa. If you ask first. Manasa, please share your screen. Yeah.
Sure. So I have installed this WebTour and zip file, sir. But it's showing like.
I sent a request to you. Can you please accept
Sir,
it?
approved, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Click on next. It's okay.
Right.
Wait. So if you get this window, right, that means Strawberry Pearl is already installed. You understood? You are seeing
Yes,
only option for remove. That means
yes,
Strawberry Pearl is already installed. Close this window. Close this window. Strawberry Pearl setup. Or click cancel. Yes, you can click cancel or close that. Yes, click yes. No.
Yes. Okay.
Click yes. Are you sure you want to cancel? Say yes. Yeah, finish.
Yes.
Okay. Now, did you place a shortcut on the desktop? Let me go to this folder. So first, first thing is, one second. First thing is, let me see enable the extensions. Okay. I asked you to select this one, file name extensions, not hidden files, right? So now let me keep a shortcut on the desktop. Okay. Now you should see a shortcut here. This is the shortcut. Okay? If you want to start the server, first you should double click that. Okay. What is this app you are trying to install is not a Microsoft verified app. Click on install anyway. If someone is seeing this window, click on install anyway. Right now you can see the server is started, guys. Right? Web2 server is started. Clear, guys? Minimize this and you can now access the application by going to the browser. Go to the browser. And type this URL. I'll make you install MySQL server on your machine. I'll help you set up all applications on your machine only. Okay. So now I am able to access the page, access the application, and I bookmarked it. All right. So let me log in. So by default, you will have one user called Jojo. Password is Bean. Okay. I'm logging in with that user ID. Clear? Now you are able to log in. Click on flights page. So these are the applications. I'll give you a walkthrough of the application tomorrow. Fine? Yeah. Next, Suraj, is your issue resolved or still there? I'm stopping
Sir,
your screen.
Thank you, sir.
No, sir, not result.
Okay, please share your screen. Those who are so let me make sure that everyone have application installed today. Sample
sir,
application.
error వస్తుంది. I'm Priyanka, sir.
Yeah, Priyanka, I'll come to you. So first extract that web tools again. See, this is a zip file. Okay, so wait. Let me send a request. Okay, I sent a request. Can you please approve it, Suraj? Okay, close this one. So this is a zip file again. See, inside a zip file, you see webtools 1.y is a zip file. So when you extract that, this is the folder that you got. Again, this is a zip file. So right click on that and extract to, you use this option, extract to webtools. Right now it is extracting the zip file. While it is did you install the Strawberry Pearl?
Yes, sir.
It's already installed?
Yes, sir, all installed.
Okay. So let it extract them. Let the extraction process be completed. Yes, seeing this, you should be able to do. Don't expect spoon feeding, okay? I'm showing you multiple times, 3 times or 4 times. But seeing that you should understand and able to do. Right? Once the extraction is completed, right, go to that web tools folder. And again, how to see the extensions, file name extensions? Suraj.
I'm opening the right click in web browser, sir.
No, I am asking how to see the file name extension. Previously, start server, you saw that as start server.bat. Right? So
Yes,
this is
sir.
basically a Windows batch file. Okay. So if you want to see the extension, see, observe here, you are not seeing file name extensions. Okay, go to view and select this file name extension. Now you see the start server.bat.
Oh,
Start
yes, sir.
server.bat, readme.txt, notice.txt, and all this. Right?
Yes, sir.
So this is meant by extension. When I say file name extension, this is what I mean to say. Right click on that and keep a shortcut on the desktop. Okay. Now close this. You can close that folder. Close this everything. If you want to go to desktop, use Windows D. Type Windows D on your keyboard. D for desktop. Right. So now you see the shortcut here, right? Start server.bat.
Yes, sir.
Right. So double click that to start the server. Now your server is started. And click this allow access. First time only, the first time you start WebTools, you'll get this. Next time onwards, it will not ask you. Allow access. Now your server is started. See here, starting the WebTools server, Apache server. If this window is there, it stable like this, it's in, means your server is started and running. Right? Now open the browser. Type the URL. Let me type the URL. Okay, please. Let me type the URL. Right. So now you are able to access the application. If you get this page, means you are able to access the application. The application is installed successfully. Server is started and you are able to access the application successfully. Now, how to bookmark this? Click on that star symbol, right? Add this page to favorites, right? Favorites, add this page to favorites, right? If you click on that, it will, you can change the name here, okay? That you can change the name here. By default, it took this name, this web tools, right? So click on that, right? Now, if you want to see the bookmarks or favorites, right? So what you should do is, you can go to favorites, right? And you can see it over here that got added here, right? As you are using Edge browser, the interface is different. Understood?
Okay, sir.
Open favorites page. Open 1 second. Show favorites bar always. Okay. Now you see this favorites bar, right? Next time when you want to access the application, right? Start the server first. Open a new tab and click on this favorites. Clear?
Okay.
I'm stopping your screen share. Yes. Can we stop the session for today?
Sir, can I share my screen?
Yeah, Priyanka. Are you sharing, Priyanka?
Yes, sir.
Yes, login name is Jojo, password is Bean. You can see that in the, okay, let me, you did not download yet?
Sir, it occurs error, sir.
Okay.
ఇంటికి జాయిన్ అవుతున్నాను సార్ అన్నాడు
మీరు మేడం మీరు అనుకుంటే
నేను అట్లా చంపేట అంటే నాకు అర్థం కాదు సార్
on the top right you see a download icon, right? Let me highlight that.
Yes, sir.
This one, this is download, right? Click on the download.
శేఖర్ సార్ నువ్వు వదులుతారా మళ్ళీ రాసుకోండి అంటారు మీకు అవసరమా అని అని అంటున్నాడు ఇబ్రహీంపట్నం
Sir, download anyway.
Yeah, download anyway. Click download anyway.
ఆయన చెప్పేది కూడా కరెక్ట్ కదా సార్ కంపేట్ ఎగ్జామ్ అంటే మనకు అసలు ఏమీ తెలియదు
So file download, I can share.
కష్టం కదా
Click allow. Click allow. You see a notification, right? Download multiple files. Click on allow over there.
అంటే ఆలోచించుకోమంటున్నాడు
Priyanka,
Sir.
on the top left you see one notification, right? Click allow.
Yes, sir. Allow.
Okay. Already click. Okay, sorry. It's downloading. Yeah. Hey, you downloaded already. This is the second time that you are downloading. See there? You are seeing
Sir,
number
it's
2.
not. ఇక్కడ ఎర్రర్ వస్తుంది సార్ అందుకని మళ్ళీ డౌన్లోడ్ చేసా.
No. Again, you are downloading third time. Okay. So go to downloads folder. How to go to downloads folder is wait. Can you please give me control once? Let me show you that also. So how can you can go to downloads folder directly from the browser. So how you can go that is click on the 3 star marks on the top right. Okay. So you see 3 dots on the top right?
Where is that?
Top right.
Top.
What is so? Right. So if you go to WebTools folder and if you go to CGI bin, right, there is a folder called users, right? So if you go to users folder, right, this is the default username that comes with the application. So you can open this file with Notepad++ or Notepad, right? And you can see the password inside that file. This is, you see here, right? This is the password. Whatever is there in the first line, right? That is the password for this user. Understood?
Understood.
Okay. And if you can register this application, for example, you can create some user IDs by clicking on this sign up now. And let me give some details. Answer 1. Password I will give as password 1. I'll copy the first name and last name. I'll give the same thing and address one. Okay, and click on continue. So what we are doing here, we are creating some user accounts. Okay, we are
Okay.
registering the users. Now it displays a confirmation message saying that thank you for registering and welcome to the WebTools family. Now if you go to that users folder, right, you see this user ID, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
And if you want to see the password,
Yeah.
just open it in any editor and you see the
Yeah.
password,
Yeah, sure.
right? So that this is the advantage that we get, like when we have application installed on our machine.
Oh.